Hey everybody, welcome to season 3 of Human Landmines. We're gonna dive right into some shit about getting drunk.
Yeah, so apparently some people from the University of Wisconsin have created a bracelet much like a Fitbit, but it can link up to your social media and you and your friends can join a party together and you can all check on how dehydrated and drunk each other is. And
Yes.
if just say me and Steven went to a 311 concert together and we both had our it's called a Vive or a Vive
Or a Vive.
Vive, V-I-V-E. So if we go to the 311 concert together and we both put on our, this is not one, but just let's just say the bracelet I have on is one. And I'm worried that Steven's getting too drunk. I pop on my Vive app on my phone and I send him this little beep, Steven, are you okay? And it might like vibrate his bracelet a little bit. And if he doesn't squeeze it back, that alerts me that he's not safe and sound.
Yeah. But also, I think the whole time we're connected, we would be able to see how drunk the other person is getting.
Like in
on our
real
little
life?
app. And that's why I think this is actually cool. I thought this was really dumb when we first looked at it. But I would like, the possibilities are endless with like seeing who can get to a certain drunk point first. I don't know.
Yeah, but also, like, is it going to update your Facebook and say, Paul had a .24 BAC last night. He got, and you mentioned briefly, we were talking about this earlier, Steven said, what if it becomes a competition, like, you and all your Facebook friends try to go out and have Vive post that you were the drunkest on your Facebook?
Oh, yeah. It's going to backfire. Like, that's the thing with some of these.
See, I have a worst case scenario that I thought of. So imagine this. You have this date rapist.
Oh, God.
And now this date rapist, and he's just like a really suave guy who has a Vive.
I see where you're going with this.
And he goes up to, like, he tries to, like, get groups of chicks to go out with him, and he's like, we all gotta link up.
Yeah.
So we can make sure we're safe. And then he just uses his app to find the drunkest girl and date rapes her and keeps squeezing her bracelet every time it goes off.
Right.
It's just helping him locate the drunkest person.
Yeah, that's totally another misuse of it beyond the misuses we already talked about.
But that's that's the worst misuse.
Yes, that's probably the worst misuse.
Like,
man,
that thing's going to tell him with GPS how to get to the drunkest girl that he's in the group with.
Yeah, and he can see exactly how drunk everybody is.
Yeah, he's like,
she's pretty hot, but she's not that drunk yet.
Yeah.
But this one's all the way drunk. Paul, did you ever, these were super popular whenever we were in college, like probably about 10 years ago. You know who Tucker Max is?
Yeah, the surf beer
Tucker
and hell
Max
guy.
stories, man. He talks about just getting one of those blood alcohol content things, and like just him having it made him think it was a competition between him and his friends, and like it's obviously has good uses, but it's like they ended up just seeing who could blow the highest number. Like,
yeah,
it seems like that's what this is destined for.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a really nice idea, and I'm sure it's intended for like you and just your BFFs to use it with each other. But sometimes I just want to like dip out, not say goodbye to anybody because I'm too drunk, and like my friends are gonna like GPS my ass, or like what if I'm trying to? I don't know. It just seems like nowadays, like we talked about that nail polish that would turn a different color if there was a drug in the drink, and then this thing, it's definitely for drunk dudes who like would black out and like fall in a drainage ditch so their friends can find them,
or for like a group of girls who actually wants to be safe, like
but it's mostly for girls, I feel.
Yeah.
Who want to be safe. We need to like change our culture though. We don't need to make inventions to protect us from the bad guys. We need to start thinking about the implications of like being such a sexually repressed culture.
Yeah, that obviously that. I mean, in the meantime, I think it's valiant that someone would try to save the world with an app. But yeah, obviously there's deeper rooted stuff
But
going on.
and then the other thing too, everybody like has a personal responsibility to keep themselves safe. Like that never goes away.
Sure.
Your personal responsibility to yourself is with you until the day you die, because every day you can cross the street when you're not supposed to and get hit by a car, but you're the only person who makes sure that you wait.
Totally.
Yeah, and you're the only person who makes sure you don't like, I don't know, like jump off a cliff on accident. You're the only person who like keeps you safe.
Right.
And there are certain scenarios I feel like nobody wants to be at.
Sure.
But people still go to those, like put themselves in those scenarios all the time.
Totally. Yeah, so I guess there's some possible good use for the Vive, but it also seems like its funnest uses are to misuse it.
Yeah, it's like the ring in Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah.
you could use it for good, but there's so much use for evil.
Or you could be
for it.
motherfucking invisible. It's way better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit. I'd rather be invisible and turn into an evil bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to throw it in a volcano. That sounds like a terrible trip.
Why do I want to walk around the bar and find out which girl's the drunkest? Why don't I just click on my phone? That is the epitome of like laziness in our culture too. How like everybody could just do everything on an app, and when we wanted to like look something up in the encyclopedia back in the day, we had to go find that volume of like the E of the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
It was probably like the second E, because you wanted to look up enzyme, and the first E was only like E through EM.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then you had to
Now
like,
you can just be like, "Are those girls at the end of the bar drunk?" And your friend starts to get up. You're like, "No, bro, don't get up. just check her Vive."
Yeah.
All right, if you guys want to find out more about Vive, fucking Google it, or maybe we'll put a web address on this video.
Yeah. Hey, keep checking in for more on Human Landmines.
Season 3.
Peace, bitches. Crack that bottle, we're gonna take a trip on the inferno.